everyone, I'm Jodi here, the CEO of Prolong Lash, and I'm sitting with the lovely Alicia, our head of marketing. How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for joining us today. We've got a really interesting topic today.
We do. And I want to change it up a little bit today. I kind of want to interview you in a way
Oh,
because often you're asking me lash questions and I know
always.
all about the lashes. But this is your topic. You are the expert. And we want to talk today about, is it okay to dilute Prolong Lash Cleanser? Our most frequently asked question, but not just is it okay? We want to get into the nitty gritty today. There have been changes to the FDA and MOCRA coming in, the Modification Act, and you are the expert in this. So
See, there
I
you
need to
go.
know everything, and so do our listeners. They need to know everything about what's going on with that.
Well, you can dilute it. It is legal, and just go and do it. So that's it. End of the story today.
Oh, great.
Nothing
Okay, we
else
can
to
all
talk
go
about.
home. Bye. See you next week. No, seriously, let's get in a little deeper than that.
All right.
I wanna hear about the legalities around it. We want to know everything. And just a word of warning here: if you are outside of the US,
Bye-bye.
yeah, bugger off, right? Because we don't want you here. This is all about US today. Every country has its own laws and regulations. So this only applies to the USA specifically. We do have other videos if you need information like for Australian dilution laws. So check those out separately if you're from somewhere else. This is all about the US.
It is. And we might as well get started with the question for you rather than me. How do you dilute Prolong Lash?
Basically, all you need to do, not basically, exactly all you need to do is 1/3 cleanser concentrate with 2/3 distilled water in an empty, clean foaming pump. So it depends on the pump size as to the exact measurement. Let's use the example of a 60 ml foaming pump because that's a pretty standard size. 1/3 of 60 mils is 20 mils. 2/3 of 60 mils is 40 mils. So 20 mils concentrate, 40 mils distilled water, mixed together in the foaming pump, shake it up, and that's it. You've diluted it.
That's it. That's as simple as that. So it just depends on, but we do, when you do buy the concentrate, whether you buy the 100 ml concentrate or the 1 litre, we do send you a dilution chart, quite extensive dilution chart with your product, and also a mixing guide as well. But there's that many videos on dilution, not just from us, from all our user content. Like people just put it on our socials and they show you how to do it, and then they show you how to do it with all the bottles set up on the table. So our website has lots of information about it and lots of videos about it.
And to answer the next question in your head, yes, you do need to use distilled water because it stops you from introducing any bacterias or any sort of foreign minerals and things like that into the cleansing product. You use distilled water because it's completely clean, sterile water.
Yeah, and just so you know, our foaming pump that we do sell, a 100 ml foaming pump that you sell, when we go for a visit to our manufacturers, which we are lucky enough to have done a few times, we watch them put 1/3 of concentrate into a massive big batch. So we're talking litres and litres and litres with 2/3 distilled water. It's exactly our foaming pump made up. The finished product of our manufactured foaming pump is exactly the same as your concentrate diluted with distilled water.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
They just mix it in a giant vat instead of
Just a
the...
big vat, and then it spits out into bottles. It's really fascinating. We actually have that on video.
We do. There is a YouTube video that you can go on to, which is basically a day out at our manufacturer. So you can check that out.
And you'll hear our manufacturer. He actually sits there and says in an interview when we interviewed him, it is what the product is made for. It's fit for purpose. It is made to distill, to dilute, like a cordial, like Milo, like dishwashing liquid. You put that with water to wash your dishes. You don't wash your dishes with dishwashing liquid in your hands.
That's right.
You dilute it with water. It bubbles up, and that's the action it takes. So it's the process, and it's legal, and it's what it's made for.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's that question.
All right, I have a good question for you because this one's a bit complicated and I'm sure you've got the best answer for me. Since the MOCRA changes have come in to the FDA, are lash artists at home allowed to dilute the cleanser?
Okay, so let's actually take it back 18 months to when MOCRA was actually introduced. So MOCRA is like a governing body now of the FDA. So the FDA kind of run a little bit loose for a while, and that's wasn't being governed. So with the changes in the US governments, with the changes in regulations and policies, FDA kind of fell under the radar a little bit, and then MOCRA come on board and took over as the umbrella, as the person that's going to be monitoring FDA and to make sure it was being followed throughout all the industries. Now, the beauty industry is an industry that has quite strict regulations globally, but particularly in the US, with ingredient listings now having to be put on websites. In California, they have their own rules. So every single state literally has different rules, but the FDA is a glove. It covers all the federal states in America. So we are FDA certified. All our products are FDA certified, just to get that across. We've gone through all the MOCRA changes. We've had experts, specialists, chemists, pharmacists, everyone go through our ophthalmologically tested products. Everything we do is under the FDA banner and is MOCRA approved. So that's just getting that first. As a distributor of a concentrate, which is FDA certified, and the distributor of a foaming pump, which is also FDA certified. What's now happened is the difference with the MOCRA ruling is MOCRA have decided that if you dilute a product yourself and relabel it and sell it in your salon, you will need to go through what's called an FDA certification to become a processor or a filler. It depends which word you want to use. Now, we've had lots of our resellers already start to do this, and it's quite simple.
It sounds scary, doesn't it?
It sounds really scary.
Yes, actually, you should be FDA certified if you're diluting the cleanser and selling it in your salon. But it's not at all scary. It's not costly.
No.
It's not time consuming.
Nope.
The only thing that you need to do is fill out your paperwork, which is a quick thing to do. And then the time consuming part is just waiting for them to approve it.
And how quick were they to approve it anyway? We had a practice probably June last year with one of our resellers. We started practicing the process because we wanted to take the angst out of it for you. And we wanted to ensure that we knew what we were telling you, that we weren't just saying to you, oh, jump on and do this. So we did it a few times for different resellers, and it's we had answers within 24 hours. So, we're going to put a link into this at the end of this. Where do we put it in our box?
Yeah, we can put it underneath
underneath
the video/podcast.
You will be able to get a link direct to it, and it will explain everything quite clearly. But in a nutshell, you have to become a processor filler, but only if you are going to resell the product. If you use the product in your salon on your clients, if you give it away to your clients as part of the service, that is okay. It's the second you start driving revenue with that product that you have to be licensed as a filler. And it's not even a license, it's a certification now.
And who doesn't want another certification that doesn't cost you anything? Cheaper. Does it?
It actually makes your insurance cheaper. So if you are FDA certified and you have that certificate as a filler or a processor, and it's across the board, if you have FDA certification in your salon, your insurances are cheaper because they automatically see that certificate and they say, oh, okay, well, that's all above board and we don't have to worry about. I mean, you should be insuring your products anyway. Anything you sell in your salons, you're liable for that product leaving your salon.
You need to have product liability insurance for any product, even if you haven't mixed it, even if it's an eyeliner that you've purchased and you're reselling to your clients, even if it's a cloth that you've purchased or sleeping mask that you've purchased. If something happens and that sleeping mask slipped down over their face and strangled them in the night or something, as the person who sold it, you are liable. So you need to have product liability insurance on all products that you sell in your salon.
So the FDA certification that we have on our products assists us with our insurances as a bigger company, but you as a salon, if you are FDA certified as a filler, which, as I said, you go on, you click on a link, you have to apply for a number first, and the name of the number slipped my mind, but I'll find out and put in producer Carol will find out. You receive that number within 24 hours, and then that number is almost like your promo code. So then when you go and fill out your application, and it's 1.5 page application, it's not even that difficult. You fill in, it's basically asking your address, the product, and because you put our product in, it's FDA certified, so they search that product and see that that's already FDA certified, so that's fine. You put that number in that they've given you, and within 36 hours, you'll have an answer and a certificate. And the certificate comes out and gives you the cred to be a processor. I mean, it's another certification, as Alicia said. anyway.
Stick it up on your wall. Say, hey guys, I'm FDA certified. How good does that sound for your clients to say, hi, I'm a FDA certified lash artist? I mean, maybe it's misleading to say you're FDA certified lash artist, but
I think any certification that you have looks like you've gone to the effort to ensure that what you're selling is safe and what you're selling it's credible. I mean, that's the thing now. The regulation from MOCRA come in because there was just so many, and we all know this, and I'm not talking any particular brands, but brands come out across the board that are just terrible dupes out of certain countries and not certified and not safe and not friendly and not environmentally friendly and not saying that they do what they do. So your FDA certification shows that you care,
yeah,
that you actually care what you purchase for your salon and for your clients.
yeah. You want to protect your clients' eyes. Use a properly certified product, and you want to certify your own process of how you make that.
Because we're dealing with eyes. I was watching something this morning and they were talking about, I was talking to one of our New Zealand resellers this morning. Hi, Zoe. I know you won't be listening to this because US only. But Zoe was telling me that she's starting this masterclass, and she said the first thing that she said was, I'm using certified, TGA certified products, and we fall under that category. It's an FDA certification here in Australia and New Zealand. But she said the best thing for her to be able to promote herself and her products was to be able to say that. So the certification just gives that much more credibility to whatever you're advertising, whatever you're doing. It's really simple. It takes about 36 hours. The cost, well, it's unusual with the cost because it actually says it's about $80 to register as a processor. Between 80 and 200 is what they say. But the people that have actually registered for it haven't received invoices.
No one's been charged.
No one's been charged. So get on now before they find that loophole. Serious. Get on and register and become a processor. Even if you don't mix Prolong Lash, even if you just sell other brands, that's your business. But to have that FDA certification is it just gives you so much credit. I'm such a big believer.
So that does answer another question there, that is it going to cost me money to become an FDA certified? So what you're saying is the advertised price to do this is between the $80 to $200 mark. And I mean, what's that for a certification anyway? But it does seem with the amount of people that have done it and we've assisted them with the information and the links and things like that to go through and know where to go. All of them have said to us that they haven't paid anything at this point, but we just can't guarantee that that's going to be the case always. But in our experience thus far, in every one of our resellers that have done it, no one has paid.
Yeah, and I just think that in a pretty precarious situation for the US at the moment, these certifications could save your salon, or it might get stricter. Things might get even stricter than they are now. And I know a lot of people, when we're at the conferences in the US, say, "Oh, the FDA don't follow through on things. We're okay. But this is for free so far. This has been for free. It's a certification that will take you less time than it will to wash your lashes twice a day.
But that only takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's only 2 minutes. You just wait for numbers and stuff like that. So there's not, and if you've got any questions or if you run into any problems, please contact me. I personally will talk you through it and work you through it. Because as I said, we've done a few of them now.
Yeah, if you do get to a point where you are stuck, you can go onto the website and book a discovery call with Jodi. So there's a button, it says book a discovery call.
Bang.
Click on it and it will bring up Jodi's calendar and give you some options of times that should be available to talk you through it and answer any questions that you have.
Yeah, so please don't be shy, but please don't be nervous, don't be scared, don't let the wording. It's just, it's such a good marketing tool as well. Like we know ourselves when we send our stuff from Australia over to the US and we have that FDA certification certificate sitting on our pallets. It literally lets them go through customs because it gives you cred. They're like, well, this company is serious. So people will walk in and take some very professional. Let's use that word. It's so much more professional to be certified anyway.
Yeah. All right, I've got some more questions that we've been asked by our listeners about the dilution process, and that is Prolong Lash Cleanser safe if I dilute it?
Yes, well, as I mentioned before, the manufacturing version of our foaming pump is exactly the same as the diluted version of the concentrate. So what you see in our 100 ml foaming pump bottle is exactly what you're going to turn the concentrate into. Now that has been tested, well, we can provide SDS sheets, so safety data sheets can be sent with your order if you request that. We send that to whoever asks for it, and we actually do get asked for that a lot, which is fine. That's great.
Great.
We've got the safety data sheets. We've had all the PET testing done. We've had all the certification testing done that is required with FDA.
And we are FDA certified.
And we are FDA certified. Now, the step as a manufacturer to be FDA certified is a lot more intense than yours as a processor or filler, and costly and time consuming, but it was really worth it. It was really worth it. So globally, we're certified. America, we're certified. Our product is
ophthalmologically tested.
Ophthalmologically tested, which is the most stringent testing of any product that you can do for eyes.
Yeah. And not this was tested on like a lot of humans that did a human trial in an external company that we hired to do this testing, which was expensive and took a long time to do. It was months and months.
Over $40,000 worth of investment. And I know we don't usually talk costs, but we're serious about the safety of your eyes, and we're serious about our product. And we are an aftercare eye specialist. We are aftercare specialists, and that's all we do. So we don't have, bits and pieces of certifications here and there. Everything goes into the testing of our aftercare product. So our range is completely safe. It's completely tested. We are super proud of all of that. And if something new comes out and we have to be tested for that, we just go and do it. It's not negotiable.
I'll just add as well that in our ophthalmological testing, not only did we pass with flying colours, we also got the other ticks of approval, which was that it is safe for people with sensitive eyes and for contact lens wearers as well. Yes. So that's how safe it is.
Yeah, exactly. And we've had optometrists ask us about our product because they're like, we don't know what to sell in. And I suppose the only deterrent for that would be, some men that would perhaps use it to wash their lashes mightn't like the rose scent, which we all do. But yeah, we've had people come and say that the ophthalmologists have recommended it. So yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's really safe.
It is safe,
and we really take pride in the fact that we are safe.
Yeah. But, the fact that people are asking if it's safe makes us happy too, because we care about the lash industry and we want people to be looking after their clients' eyes and caring about this stuff. We don't want you to sell them something that's not safe. So good. Keep asking if it's safe.
Asking, yes.
Wow. And it's safe now.
We get asked all the time, and we have to be very careful mentioning other brands, of course, but we get asked all the time about other brands. And all we say in customer service, or myself if I'm asked, is you need to do your research. Just do your research on your brands. Check your ingredients, check your certifications, check the manufacturing. Every carton in the US has to have the responsible person or who is the manufacturer. Even if someone that's credible is selling that product, check the box yourself. Do that extra step, because the manufacturer will be on it and you will be able to track down whether it's what country it derives from. And you also know that some countries aren't as strict on their certification requirements. So be very careful, do your own research on all products and check the cartons, not just the actual bottle or the person that's selling it online. Check the carton.
Yeah. Totally agree. Just because someone's selling something does not mean that it is safe or even does what it says it's going to do.
Exactly.
But okay, what about if people don't want to dilute it themselves?
Okay.
That is a question we get asked. Well, I don't want to dilute. It seems like a lot of work. It's not really, but you can understand that. People are time poor. Would you rather spend that time doing lashes? Why not? You could make heaps more money in that time instead of mixing cleansers. So what do you do in that situation?
Well, there's two things you can do. The most common at the moment is obviously buying the Prolong Lash 100ml foaming pump, which is all pre-made with all the ingredients, certifications and everything else listed on them. Or you can introduce yourself to our new white label range. So our white label range is in 100ml and 60ml, and it's made at our manufacturers. So it's basically our foaming pump without all the printing on it. It's a plain white box with all the certifications that's needed on the box. So the carton itself has everything that it needs to have on it to be FDA certified. It just leaves a big white gap for you to put your own label on. And the bottle itself is completely clear. white, and then the 60 ml is completely clear. So you have your option of a clear or a white, but the carton itself is FDA certified.
Yep, that's right. So just stick your logo on there, nothing else. No diluting, no other effort. And you still have your own brand compared to using the Prolong Lash Foaming Pump, which is Prolong Lash branded. And, you know, that has its benefits too because we have a really good name in the industry. We are the most trusted lash aftercare brand in the world. So people know Prolong Lash's name. So putting Prolong Lash on your shelf as well is also a great option if that's what you want to take.
So it depends which way you want to go. We've got a lot of our partners now taking up the white label option and sending us images of what they've created, and they look fantastic.
Yeah.
Like putting fantastic like light blues and obviously pinks, yellows to suit their decor of their actual salon, and it looks fantastic. And they don't need to go through the dilution process, and they might want to do the FDA certification. So that is FDA certified. You just put your white label, you put your label on our white label, and off you go.
And we love to see those. So please tag us on our Instagram, which is prolonglash.usa for Insta, because we will repost if we see something that we want to share. You know, we will repost it, and we love to see all the creative things people do with their branding and share that with the world. So make sure you tag us when you're doing that. Okay.
Yeah, we had a fabulous white girl come through from. Now I'm pretty sure it was Louisiana. She put a review on, and the review was so fantastic. She'd just become a Prolong partner and was diluting her own products, and then turned to the white label. And she showed all these images in the review and put this fabulous comment about it. And she was so excited. So it's an exciting thing to do because it's your name on a bottle that you know is certified, and your clients are like, wow, that looks fantastic. And extra revenue too, extra revenue. Aftercare, extra revenue. I'm a big believer in it.
Absolutely. Yeah, make the most of it. Or if someone's there, you can upsell them for something they actually need.
It's like your fries with your burger. They need it.
Yeah. No, you really need Prolong Lash. I mean, I kind of need fries too. All right, let's go back to the concentrate a bit for a second because we did sort of taper off to the foaming pumps, but we have questions about the concentrate so often. There's so many of them. A confusing point for people, a sticking point for people is how do they know what the expiry date is on their cleanser once they've mixed it? Like, what do they put on their bottles, the expiry date? And when they're doing their stock take and making sure they're rotating their shelves, how do they know when theirs expires after they've diluted it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. That question does come up all the time. We would probably have that 5 times a day through customer service, but it is on our recently asked questions as well. Like it is on that as well. But whatever the expiry date on the concentrate is what the expiry date of your diluted product is.
As long as you've used
distilled water. Yeah, if you've followed our directions as the dilution process or as the video you're watching or listening to us, if you follow the directions and use distilled water, if your concentrate has an 18 months expiry date, then your pre-made foaming pump will have 18-month expiry date. But it'd be very rare that your foaming pump would need to last 18 months because realistically 2 times a day using a 100 ml bottle, we worked out 24 days of use. So 24 days, 2 pumps a day, twice a day, lasts for 24 days. So even if the concentrate's coming, even if you've had a 1 litre and it's getting to the end, say it's 6 months expiry date, you're still safe to sell that. And realistically, we need to put the 18 months to 24 months onto our expiry dates because of the rose scent. It's nothing to do with the ingredients. If the rose floral scent wasn't in the actual ingredients, then the scent of the rose wouldn't change and the ingredients, there's nothing wrong with the ingredients after 24 months.
Yeah, so
it's the scent, it's sort of...
That's the one that's going to degrade.
Yeah, it degrades. So it starts to, you might see some little lumps. If you've had it for too long and it's past the expiry date, nothing will be changed with the actual formula or the ingredients, but the rose oil itself starts to ferment a little bit.
Yeah, so it's that single ingredient that's going to expire faster, but there's such a long expiry on the concentrate that we sell. We go through concentrate. It's our hero product and we sell it all over the world. So we go through concentrate very quickly. It's off our shelves as soon as we get it from our manufacturer. So, you've got a long expiry on there. And then when you mix it, it's the same as the one you bought. So yeah, don't stress if you've bought a big bottle and you're thinking, oh, I've only got so many months left. Realistically, the foaming pump you make up, if someone's using it properly, they're going to use that 30
And you don't
days.
have to refrigerate it once this is another thing we get asked. You don't have to refrigerate it once you've opened the 1 litre or the 100 ml concentrate. Just make sure you tighten up the lid and don't have it in a really hot storage place. It's preferably to be at room temperature. There's no need to keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
It just doesn't need. We keep ours in our warehouse, and we certainly don't have refrigeration in our warehouse.
In saying that, we actually did some testing and checked the integrity levels of the concentrate under pressure. So if it got frozen, for example, how hot it could get, how cold it could get, what kind of product you end up with after it's been frozen, and the testing came back exactly the same. So it keeps its integrity at different temperature levels. If you wanted to keep it in the fridge because that makes you feel more comfortable about bacteria or something, it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, ideally it's room temperature.
Yeah, it is room temperature, and you're right, Alicia. And part of the testing, the PET testing that is done on our products, is that extreme heat, extreme cold. So look, no problem with the testing, no problem with the integrity of it, no problem with the expiry date. It doesn't need to be refrigerated. You can reseal it. Some salons prefer with the smaller one to do it all at once they've started mixing, to mix the 5 bottles up at once and have them pre-made with the expiry date. You can buy our Prolong labels or our Prolong ingredients, and on the ingredients we see often that someone's just put down the expiry date on the ingredient labels themselves, just in pen, just put down 12th of the 4th or whatever date it is, just to keep an eye on it yourself. But realistically, you would be selling those foaming pumps pretty quickly because you've got like 15 clients a day. So you should be selling at least 5 a day.
So good point about putting the label on there, because that's another question that gets asked all the time is if someone can put their own label. Am I allowed to label it myself? Am I allowed to put my own logo on? I know it's an unusual situation, so it kind of throws people. So many people go, oh, I've heard people are doing this. Am I allowed to do this?
And when we get conferences, sometimes it's so funny. You see people come up and see us doing the labels because we have a dilution station at the conferences, and we will actually dilute the product in front of people, then put their own logo on it, teach them how to do it. And people sort of go, I do that already, but didn't know if I was allowed to say it. So you are allowed to label your own bottles, your own diluted product with distilled water as per our dilution instructions. You then can put your own label on it. You can choose to put the ingredient labels on that we sell, which is a bonus. I believe it looks quite professional to have your ingredient labels there. Or you can have the Powered by Prolong sticker if that's a real selling point for you in your salon. But I noticed that the people that put the time and effort into the labeling are actually including that in their own logo. So down the side, they've already got the ingredients listed, and across the bottom, they've got Powered by Prolong, and then they put the whole entire label around themselves. So there are so many options, and some people are so clever.
Yeah, lots of beautiful
with
designs.
Klaviyo. And all those pictures, mine would be, that's why Prolong's black and white. It's just very simple with the name. No, it's not really, but
it's because it's a blank base for artists to make their own. But it is important that you do put a few things on the label, and that is always make sure you have your ingredients. If you're making your own whole label and you're not going to use our ingredients, put the ingredients on there. Otherwise, use our ingredient stickers. Put your logo and information, put the expiry date, and put the size of the packaging as well.
Yeah.
If it's a 50 ml, 60 ml, pop that on there. And of course, what it is. Prolong Lash Cleanser. You can say cleanser, you can say lash shampoo, you can say whatever you want to call it. Just let people know what it is so that it's not just handing them a blank bottle of unknown liquids.
Yeah, so that doesn't sit in their bathroom collection and they use it on their hair or something, even though that would be great.
actually be fine.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, it's
because
pH balanced.
pH balance, and we wash dogs with it over here.
Yes, we have washed our dogs.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Doggy daycare.
Doggy daycare day, we washed them with Prolong, and they smell beautiful.
You can also find a YouTube video of our doggy daycare, which is very cute. Everyone came and had a little dog wash with Prolong Lash, and we are a dog-friendly workplace here, so dogs are allowed to come into our workplace at any time, which is nice.
Just Alicia's not overly human-friendly at the moment. She loves her bots. So
yeah, I'm all about AI.
She's become very good friends with her bots.
Who doesn't love a bit of AI? So those are our most frequently asked questions, but if you've gotten this far, thank you for still listening to us and our crazy rambling. But can we just reiterate that it is not illegal? We see so often on the lash groups and the lash forums, oh, it's illegal to dilute Prolong Lash Cleanser. If you dilute Prolong Lash Cleanser, you're automatically the manufacturer. Can I just say right now that you are not the manufacturer? You are never the manufacturer. We are not the manufacturer. We have a manufacturer. So the fact is, you cannot be the manufacturer. I think there's this thing that happens where it's like Chinese whispers. You know, one thing goes to another. People say, I heard this, I heard that. Someone calls up an insurance company and probably doesn't very well explain what they're doing and say, I'm going to mix my own cleanser and sell it. Is that okay to do? What kind of insurance do I need? And some random person in a call center who is just, you know, trying to get through their day goes, tick some boxes, you need manufacturer's insurance. Yeah, see you later. You know, and then this person goes onto a lash forum and goes, if you dilute it, you need manufacturer's insurance. So maybe don't believe everything you read and
come to us.
Take it from the people that have literally made this their lives. We have had very concise legal advice from our US lawyers to know that it is not illegal to do this. You are not the manufacturer. You are classified in the US as a processor or a filler if you do the dilution process.
And sell it.
And sell it, yes.
And only if you sell it. If you don't sell it and you use it in your salon, that's your business.
Or you give it away to your clients as a gift.
That's your business.
Fine. But yeah, if you are going to sell it, you are a processor or a mixer. Yes, you do need insurance, but that's not manufacturer's insurance. You need to get your own business insurances. And we always strongly recommend to get product liability insurance for any product you sell. And then
simply fill out a form on the FDA. Yeah. Go onto the link that we're going to give you, click it, register it, and get your certificate.
Yes.
It's as simple as that. And then you are legally covered for insurances and for anything that happens in your salon with our product, with Prolong Lash Distilled Water diluted product, to sell it legally.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask you a favor as well, because people do spread misinformation a lot, and some people do it because maybe they're competitors. They
How sick are we hearing it from competitors?
Yeah,
it's frustrating.
It's pretty intense at the moment. And as our Prolong Lash family, as we consider all of our customers our Prolong Lash family, we would love it if you would help us to stop this misinformation. If you see on a lash group someone say it's illegal, please say, actually no. You can direct them to our YouTube video here and let them know, listen to the Prolong Lash podcast, listen to the YouTube video, go onto the Prolong Lash website. You can see our statement on there about if you can dilute it or not. It's in our frequently asked questions. And it's all very clear. We're trying to stamp out something that has been sort of rumors spread that are actually not true. And this benefits you as well, because if we can have people really trusting that this is safe and legal, and if you're doing it in your salons, you can convince people that what you're doing is safe and legal. And also, it's just such a great revenue maker. So if you're doing something that's going to make you a really good profit margin, and you are convinced and can convince people that it is safe and it is legal, it's just win-win-win, you know?
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, tell them to call me. I'll have a chat with them.
Honestly,
Don't worry, we troll the groups and have a look at what's going on.
if someone out there is listening right now and you are one of those people who have said, I've heard it's illegal, and that's fair enough. You may have heard it's illegal. We've heard it's illegal hundreds of times. It is not. If you've heard it and you're watching this video and you're still not convinced, book a discovery call.
We'll show you documentation.
Give you everything you need. We can give you documents. We can show you all of the information you need to understand the process. Like, we want everyone to feel comfortable in this process, and we do this for you guys so that you can make your own brand of lash cleanser.
We're not out here pushing Prolong Lash today. We're out here explaining the process of Prolong Lash and explaining that it is legal. I personally would never be a CEO of a company that didn't have the integrity of a product that was tested. So for me personally, and most of you have met me, know me, or have heard of me, I just would not be involved in a company that couldn't stand behind what they were selling. So for me personally, I'm here. I've been here 5 years because it is a great product that does everything it says, and I ensure personally myself, as the person that handles all the certifications in this company, that everything is up to date with everything legal in your country.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining in with us today. We know it was a heavy topic and it's one we're very, very passionate about. So we just wanted to get it across, the message across to you with, with personality behind it, not just a Q&A section and where you read on the website.
Yeah.
How passionate we are.
Exactly. And if you do have more questions, you can pop onto the website. There is our very intense frequently asked questions pages. We have a lot of information on there, but you can book a discovery call. You can send us a contact us form if you want to talk via email. And we've also got our help flow chat box that you can jump onto. If you liked our video today, please give us a thumbs up and share it with the lash community, because we want all this information to go far and wide.
We want to go viral. We want to go viral with the dilution process.
Do YouTube videos go viral? I don't know how YouTube works. Carol, she can tell us.
Yes,
yes,
got the
apparently
thumbs
they do. And so where else goes viral? Instagram. Let's get onto Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and check out what we're doing on there. And if you do want to jump on the website and find out any more information or talk to us, it is www.prolonglash.com. So thanks for joining us today, and
good luck. Good luck with it all.